I just had a really freaky thing happen. It really scared me. I'm just laying here feeling great. I don't have a stomach issue. Just kind of went like this, and I'm just looking at my clothes, resting on the tent. And I was laughing because it looked like a frog is straddling the top of my tent. Can you see that? Those are his legs spread over like a huge frog. And then my brain started spinning like super fast. I started grabbing my skull. It scared the shit out of me. I take a deep breath and I'm like squinting just with one eye, trying to super focus on one corner of the tent. It slowed down pretty fast. And then I started to hum with my eyes closed. And I relaxed and I thought of the birds outside. I started thinking about all the hundreds of mosquitoes that bit me yesterday. And then when I went in to rinse off anything in the water, it really made me paranoid. Do I have brain cancer? I've had it for a while and now it's just catching up. I just wanted to record before I forgot. If I fall asleep and I wake up, I'm like, did that really happen? I'm gonna roll and just relax for like a half hour. And since it's all wet and I can already see the mosquitoes out, I don't even know how to do this. Oh shit, it just happened. Boom, it hit super fast. Something about rolling to my right side. And then your body gets really hot because it freaks out. Wow, that is really fucked up. First, I'm bleeding. I'm gonna go to my left and see what happens. It's just, I don't want to have to throw up. My left side seems to be okay. I'm up. I laid down for another hour and a half. I did fall asleep. I could still feel something in my head. Now I'm freaking baking my ass off because I have rain gear on. It's supposed to be breathable, but yeah, here's a test. Right? I guess I should have stayed off the road. Yeah, this place just freaking sucks. Everything is wet, so it's like I can't even get up and leave now with all these mosquitoes. I can, it's just that even my clothes are wet. And I could just say, fuck it. I threw my stuff, my wet stuff in the bag. I wasn't gonna wait for it to dry or sit down or eat or anything. I didn't even get water. The few things I got to water, I thought I saw something in it. How miserable it was. I stopped off at Swan Lake Campground. Just now I used the porta potty, hallelujah. I sat down and just looking up, I felt, it's like borderline dizzy. I like slept in the most mosquito infested spot. It's all good. Like that will stick in my mind because it was so not anything I've ever done that I will be extra aware of, okay, there's moving water. Let's just stand here for a second and see what kind of mosquito action is happening. All I would have done is I would have just continued down the road to the main road and then I don't know. At least I would have been away from the mosquitoes. Anyway, this is a beautiful lake, Swan Lake. Beautiful benches along it. It's day use, They have like gravel with a bench for you and like your own little cubby spot. You know, I was tempted to take a canoe out for just an hour for $10, but I need to figure out what's happening in my head. I need to eat. I need to get hydrated. Right around the corner from the campground is this place. Doesn't look like they really take care of it. It looks like there's fish guts on this table from people cutting up their fish, but I need to put something in my body. I don't want to have a spell while I'm biking. So they didn't have food. So I asked her how much it would cost to make me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and she said $5. We're at a fancy lake, whatever. I just got stuff that had a lot of fluid and I wanted the sugar and the carbs. Crackers and cheese, which should be pretty innocent. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, I know. They didn't have anything. This will just tie me over. I can feel a borderline in my head. I can feel something's gonna happen. It's like someone just spun you really fast. Boom. It doesn't start out slow. It's boom. Spin, really fast. And I feel great. That's the weirdest thing. I have no temperature, fever. I don't feel queasy in the belly. I don't feel nothing. I just had cereal last night. I had bacon, a light beer. I'm glad I didn't have one of the guy's hot dogs. He offered me one of these like good, nice looking like a sausage hot dog. They got him from somebody's farm. But I'm glad I didn't eat that because I would have assumed it was like something in the meat. So yeah, there was nothing out of the ordinary that I had. I really feel it has something to do with all the bug bites I got. I don't think I've ever gotten bit by so many mosquitoes in my life. And one evening, I was getting bit while I was riding. They're landing on your back. Who knows what the hell was landing on my back? They just found every little crevice. Sprayed my hand and like went over my hand. They just would find like your ear or your
Something's like in my brain, affecting my brain. Something maybe crawled into my ear. While I was biking, things get caught. Now, the one thing I did do that wasn't smart, I had to take a dump so bad. Yes, I had to take a dump so bad. So I went into the woodsy part. I got mosquito bites along my vagina, okay? I went as fast as I could. And you're just wondering, like, what happened? This is all maybe kind of be freaky information, but it's important information. Like, this is the stuff that happens when you're in the woods, You got to be able to handle these conversations. Anyway, your brain starts to go a little cuckoo, right? Trying to think of things. The good news is if the dizzy spell hits when I'm biking, I have a good 5 seconds to pull over. I'll have time to quick stop. I have to wait till I go like a mile up the road to get Wi-Fi, which I know I should be rushing to, but I don't know the next store, and I really needed to just dump a bunch of stuff in my system. Getting ready to tackle this beautiful road with no space for a bicycle. Do you see that white line right against the grass there? There's a ton of huge semis that go by, and they're carrying logs. So this should be interesting. I did just talk to my sister. I just called her because I'm in one spot with like one little bar. She didn't really find anything. Mosquitoes can carry different diseases and stuff. A lot of those came with other symptoms, vomiting, swelling. I don't have anything. Aw, people are kayaking down the pretty lake. Want to see? Oh, sweet. They have a little doggy. I just can't get a break. So I exited off the main road, went over a little bridge. That's the Great Divide route, but I'm going left because this is supposed to be a bike path. The Swan River Nature Trail. It's supposed to take me right into Bigfork. I really would love to have a warm shower tonight. Oh my gosh, this town is so cute, but I feel so filthy. What a great place to hang out and kind of walk around. No wonder there's only one warm shower here. The hotel is like $168. Oh, this is sweet. I wish someone would answer the phone at the campground. No one's answering, and I just want to know if they have showers and if they even have space for me. If not, I would just go to this skanky sounding place where I can have a shower and do some laundry. They're in the opposite directions of each other, of course. Oh, ice cream. Some lady sent me through the back way, so I didn't have to be on the main road, which was nice. Wow, look at all the people. I could take a bath in there. I'm sure they're gonna be full. Please have a tent spot. Please, please, please. I just went and met with the camp host. Tent sites are up here. She gave me 2 tokens for 2 showers, even though I paid for 1, which was really sweet. It's $3 a shower. Brown lockable containers. There's only 4 of them, which is a bit surprising because there's a lot more tents. Bare trash. This water is drinkable, which is huge. It's a shared campsite available on a first-come basis for visitors arriving on foot, bicycle, or any non-motorized means. Ah, okay. Great table with a roof if it's raining, or is it just a nice, open, clean place to sit or organize your camping stuff, which I love. And how awesome is this? You have a bike tool, lift your bike up, have electrical, outlet, there's 4, okay. Neat side. And I just walked around, and I'll show you how it's designed for cyclists. It's a little pad. Everybody gets a little bike rack. Guy's got his. And I'm going with this one. Little cubby. The campsite spot was $8 per night, which I think was really reasonable. I thought they were gonna want like $25. I'm gonna get my tent out, my stuff that needs to dry from my disaster last night. This seems like a communal cooking spot. I think it's quiet for the cyclists, but it's the busiest season, she said, because they're not getting on planes and stuff. This is my analysis. How is it that all the campsites are booked and busy, pulling their campers everywhere because people aren't flying to their vacations and they're just finding things to do outdoors in their hood, but yet the cycling community is dead. The places that I've gone, they're suffering from the people that usually pass through doing the trail. My thought for that is a lot of the cyclists are international travelers. It's the only thing I can come up with because it doesn't make any sense unless you have a better idea. Ow. Don't you even start. This unlimited water spout that I can drink from without filtering is making me so happy. I think about the people in Africa. You have to carry what you can back to their village. Whenever I go through a struggle, I think of people that have struggled more than myself. And then when I go through like a moment of pleasure, it's like I think of people that don't have that. How lucky I am to have this, like in the joy that I feel. Oh my God, I get to sit down at a bench. Oh, yay. It's funny, you learn that that's all I need. Fresh water nearby that I can drink, toilet, a table with a place to sit underneath shelter, and electricity and Wi-Fi. The only thing they don't have is food. The cutesy downtown is within walking distance. For another $8, I might splurge and stay another night. Because tomorrow I'm thinking go to some of the cherry spots. Make it like a day of leisure. I know once I start heading north, it's Glacier National Park. The guy that I ran into, he said that all the campsites were closed. I'm like, when did you hear that? He's like, today, maybe because so many tourists were coming and flocking that they had to close them and they were worried about the virus. Yeah, I think I'm gonna add a day. I mean, it doesn't matter, who cares? I never look at weather. You just assume it's gonna be sunny. It's like, I just take it for granted. I should check on weather. The downside of staying another day, the closer you get to the weekend, the more tourists there's gonna be. But I'm starting to wonder if there's gonna be more tourists because there's so many now and everything's packed. I mean, what can the weekend bring? Anyway, I hope I don't have any dizzy spells. I hope they're gone, but I still need to know what that is. Oh yeah, look at all that dust and dirt. I know, you're like, why don't you take the bags off first, lady? Because I didn't know I was gonna want to take the bags off at all. I think it's just because it's new for me, so it's cumbersome. It's not that big of a deal. The truth is, it's so much easier to repack them and then to attach them to the bike, and they need to be repacked. Dust and all that dirt, not dust, but, well, it's dirty dust. That has grain in it, and you know, you leave that in these things and stuff and it starts to rub and deteriorate the fabric. Plus it'll test if it's truly waterproof. Wash your phone case. You're touching it every day. Scrub it up dub. Of course, it's not doing the tick 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 that I've been hearing for the last few days, and the minute I start riding it's gonna come back. So maybe there's some weird thing with a bag, but I already checked that. So I just came from the campground. This place had a huge line, so I skipped it. Plus you're eating outside and I want air conditioning. So that brings me here to Rosa's where I got a small pizza. I think it was $9. Look how sexy my bike looks with no bags on it. Because you can see all my cool tape. What I was realizing is that the stuff that kind of weighed a lot, like my Yummy Cliff blocks, my Yummy Cliff shots, I don't end up pulling them out. I think I've only had 2. I've been biking 2.5 weeks or something. I've never been good at taking stuff. I don't know, I'm not trained for boosters. I mean, I love it, don't get me wrong, and I think it works. I'm just not the personality who remembers to take it. So here I am with all this weight. Some of this I'm getting with extra sodium because I'm a sweaty pig. I was dying yesterday. Did I take anything? Nope. I mean, I kind of like that about my personality, that I'm just so focused on pushing through, just using me, myself, and I. I'm also not a person, though, who, if I get a cold, I don't take cold medicine. I'm not trained to take things to make myself feel better. I haven't trained myself, put it that way. I don't think my mom was a big medicine person either, which I think is good. But I also think taking cold medicine or taking it is not bad. So it's just, however you're brought up or however you choose to live your life. I'm just not that person. When I road biked, I seem to remember, I'm just reaching back, grabbing from my jersey. That is how lazy I am. Maybe it's something having to do with subconsciously I'm saving stuff. Road bike, it's that day, you're gonna go home, use it up, it's done. Because I only have a certain amount and I'm gone for a long time, it's almost like I'm saving it for when I desperately need it. If you're my personality, I'm sitting here going, maybe I shouldn't have brought them. You take the blacks and gels, and you know, I mean, it was a heavy bag, but it's good stuff. Because I just looked down, I'm like, really? I have this many left? Like, Naomi, what are you doing? We need to have a talk about last night too. Yes, I follow my instincts. They usually lead me in the positive direction, one that I'm happy with. Last night was not one of them. It was a huge mistake. Don't do it. Don't exit there. It's not worth it. There's nothing to see. There's nothing to see. And the one shop was a shit shop. So don't follow my route there. Stay on the Great Divide. If you do exit towards 83, if you're heading northbound, if you turn right and go 1 mile south, there's a primitive campsite, a woman said, and there is a porta potty there. Where am I again? Bigfork, Montana. The northern end of Flathead Lake, which is like the largest freshwater lake. I think it's east of the Missouri River or something like that. West.
west